still here. Yesterday was a bit of a weird one. Yesterday, I was basically just too tired to even think straight. I mean, I had to use as much as my conscious brain power to actually do things correctly, because if I didn't concentrate hard enough, I'd end up fucking up like I almost did. I say almost because at least I didn't at the end of the day. That's the main thing, right? So yeah, but I was tired. Just felt like really drained. I mean, it was mostly to do with the fact that I only had 4 hours sleep. But when Sunday came along, I was singing, faffing and doing what have you, but I just didn't feel tired because I was in the middle of doing something and I was enjoying what I was doing. And by the time I'd finished it, it was like 12:15 at night, and I had to get up at 4:45. So yeah, never mind though. We conquered it in the end, just by taking my time and yeah, thinking through. I've found that a couple of my videos on YouTube have been demonetized, as they call it, which, to be honest with you, I find it comical. I do. I'm like, well, hang on a minute. This definitely proves that the content that people are moaning about being demonetized, it is actually unfair, because what on earth do I talk about that needs to be censored in that kind of respect? It just doesn't make any sense, does it really? It's just unfriendly for advertisements or advertisers. I'm like, how? And of course, there's a couple of my videos which have got like backing music to it, which I purchased solely because it is copyright free and royalty free music, which costs a lot more money than your average album, right? As a matter of fact, up to 3 times as much, depending on what kind of album you buy. But it was saying that apparently somebody else has claimed that it's theirs. I'm like, is it fuck? And the beauty of it is that they actually did this. I think it'd be about 3 years ago, maybe, or 2 years ago, with the same videos, because obviously they haven't changed. So they've actually copyright infringement the same videos that I actually disputed before and won. You know what I mean? So I even spent fucking 63 quid the other weekend on some more music from this particular site. I just wanted to have a bit more of a range of music to try, like, you know, depending on what I was doing. These are only for intro stuff. I might use them for my other channel. We like could be about anything channel, but I just want a bit more variety, and there was a bit of a deal on, so I went and bought them. But yeah, I just found it amusing that all these big YouTubers are being flagged and demonetized. I'm like, and then I'm thinking, well, you know, and then all of a sudden there's a couple of my videos have as well. I'm like, it just cracks me up, it does. What a bunch of arseholes. Right then, it is the 22nd of the 8th, right, 2017, and guess what, lads and jelly spoons? Fuck all happened, right? As a matter of fact, the so-called eclipse that was all the way across the states, we only got 4% of it, but guess what? We couldn't fucking see it. Why? Because it's fucking overcast. No excitement for us. No. Yeah, it's all done, dusted, and this is what the day after looks like. See, I told you we'd still be here. The next event is the 23rd of September, so hold on tight. Yeah. Right, what time to start? 6 o'clock. That'll do. And I've noticed this morning that it's very foggy. I'll say that in loose terms. It's there's a lot of ground mist, and it feels very humid, warm, like, you know, so yeah. I never noticed it through the night, mind you, but this morning when I stepped out the front door, I'm thinking, this looks like the mist. You know what I mean? But it felt really warm as I walked outside. I'm thinking, fuck me, I'm hot already. I only just stepped out the door. Good grief. Oh well, never mind. But at the end of the day, we are all here still. Yes, there's nothing to worry about. We haven't blew up or disintegrated, or the matrix hasn't been switched off. Okay. Well, today is another wonderful repetitive day, backwards and forwards to Cannock and Litchfield. So yes, hold on tight for that fucking journey. Whoop-de-doo. 2025. Lovely stuff. I think that might do it. Just this bit here as well. There is one thing I was going to do, and I completely forgot about it, and that was take some pictures of what I purchased on the car boot on Sunday. I fucking completely forgot about it. I will do that later on today and stick them on Facebook for you. Or even Instagram, whichever I decide. I might put them on all three, fucking Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, right? I might do that, Twitter batter. 58981. Okay, right. Yes, I had purchased, the first thing I bought, because I was walking around, because I always look to see if I can find a Ford radio for my Explorer. The original one, obviously, you know, the big fucking square things, right? The original one that was in it, I took it out because I wanted to have a play to see if I could do something with it to make it receptible to just Bluetooth. And the thing that I forgot was that the way the tape works, so it stays on, there's a wheel that spins around, and it passes over a sensor to say that there's something there, so it'll keep playing. So once that mechanism was took out, it just wouldn't accept it, so I basically ended up trashing the tape player. So anyway, that got binned. So I got another one, right, a cheap one, but it wasn't the same model as what I'd got. It was a lower one. It was a 5,000, where the original was a 7,000. And we walked around the car boot several times over the few months, like, you know, looking for one. I never found one, but this Sunday I actually did. It was a 7,000 with a tape deck in it, because I wanted a tape deck. I know, but I've already got a multi-CD player in the boot, right? But this one does all the stuff as well, you know, it does everything, like. So I bought that, and it worked a treat. And you haven't got to worry about the code that turns them on, because I've actually got a program. It's the Ford number generator, and as long as you put the M number in, it'll give you the code to that actual radio, so there's no reason to lose it, you know what I mean? So as soon as I got the code, I just then, on the actual, there's a little the buttons, there's 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4 and 5 come out. Right? So it's like a safety feature, like, you know, like an anti-theft thing. Not that that made any difference, but that comes out. On the top edge of it, I've scraped in the number, so that I don't forget it, which I won't anyway, but it doesn't really make any difference, because I mean, if I want to go through it, find it, I can always just take it out again and just put the number back in again. But hey, whatever. So I did all that, and I got it up and running, and then I redoctored my my Bluetooth tape mechanism, so I can put my tape in there and have my phone working through, and it's all great and lovely and wonderful. So that was that. And then what else did I get? On the Saturday before the Sunday, I was in the bike shop, because I'd ordered myself some bolts for my centre stand, and that cost me about 54 quid. I got 2 bolts, nuts, the spring as well, because they're all, the ones that are on the bike are a bit naff. So I've ordered them, and I was looking at this thing on the shelf. It's like two grab handles that you can wrap around yourself, right? And it says the pulling the passenger, you've got something to hold on to instead of actually bending their arms around the back of the bike. So I did that, and I thought, well, I want to get that, but it cost 40 quid. So on the Sunday, I picked this radio up for a £5, and I'm walking around, and I just happened to look across, and I was seeing the couple that had been selling their bits and bobs. Well, on their stand, they had this exact thing, and I'm like, oh, straight over to him. I went, how much do you want for this? And says, how we got it from saying, said it cost 40 quid then, do I? Said, no, I was looking at one yesterday. I says, how much you want for it? He says, 8 quid. Yeah, take me money. You know what I mean? So I basically saved myself a fortune on that. So I've got that now. And my last purchase was these, I don't know much about them. I've tried to research, and I'm a bit conflicted on which is true and which isn't, but it's a bunch of books, and it's called the Handy Books or whatever, and one's called the Book of Hints and Wrinkles, one's called the Book of the Human Body, one's called the Book of Counselling, they're all these little red books, right, but they really look really old. And I'll have to take a picture of them, like I say, I'll do that. And I've researched, and they're coming up with dates of 2008 or circa 1930s. Now the ones that I've got are red hardbacked, right, and they do look old. And the red hardbacked are coming back as 1930s, right, whereas the 2008 edition of the same book are blue. So I don't know what's true, because on the book themselves you'd have thought there'd be a printing publishing date, but there isn't. There's nothing on there that actually says when they was made or when they was printed, which is a bit sad. But there's one on there called The Human, you know, something like that. It's either called The Human Body or Welcome to the Human Body or something of the Human Body, you know. But there's lots of different things in there as well, so I'll never have a good old look at them when I get round to it. And that was my little venture for the car boot. And like I say, I've completely forgot to take pictures of it. I'll do it when I get home, don't worry about it. Anyway, I'm going to go, because I bet time's pushing on, and I want to get my job done. And I'm getting warm sitting here with this fucking coat on. Right, you have yourself a wonderful day. I'm sure that I will at one point. And I'll speak to you lot tomorrow. So have a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye. See ya. Ta-da then.